In Frank's 2016 article, Blizzard Entertainment announced with their recent launch of World of Warcraft Legion that they sold 3.3 million copies. With that being said, video games remain a global leader in entertainment. What if video games could be used for more than just entertainment? Research suggests that video games must be used for more than just entertainment because they are a powerful tool to cultivate mental health and education. The 2 points I'll be covering are: the common misconception about video games is that they must be associated with entertainment, when there is evidence supporting video games in an educational environment. Medical advances in mental health are coming from an unlikely source. Video games. From anger management to depression, video games are a key component in treating these mental health disorders. Now let's look at the common misconceptions about video games in an educational environment. In DeChiva et al. 2015 article, they found that educational games have the ability to teach and help reinforce what was learned. That they also attribute to communication and problem solving. Risk is found in many different gaming platforms. According to Polinon and Sohi's 2015 research, it is suggested that risk is an important factor and it helps keep students engaged and constantly involved in their subject matter. In Meyer's 2015 article, it demonstrates that teachers are using gamification in the classroom to help students connect with their subject matter in multiple areas of learning. This approach has been able to reach students through an interactive platform of gaming that encourages students to troubleshoot using cause and effect. Using the strategy helps students have more engagement and they are more likely to understand their content. Educational gamification is a vital resource that should be used in schools and universities. However, there is a value to having gamification in employee orientation and continuing education. When employees have mandatory training, they often don't retain any of the information. In Jabari's 2016 article, he suggests that engaging employees through gamification will help them retain that information. Now let's explore video games in a mental health environment. In clinical situations, mental health professionals are using video games to monitor patients' emotions. In Fernandez-Arnada et al. 2012 research shows if a patient is being treated for anger, the game recognizes that emotion and then tries the patient's patience. When the patient is being responsive to the game, the game then responds to that emotion and becomes more relaxing. So it rewards them by getting easier. As shown in Fernandez et al. 2012 graph, the video game measures the patient's heart rate and then adjusts accordingly to the emotions. We should also take a look at modern technology and how we can implement it into our well-being. SuperBetter is an app that one can download on their smartphone. It is a video game that helps users manage stress and anxiety. One of the benefits of using this app-based video game is that it has the capacity to send you push notifications to remind its users to play. These reminders benefit users because they are getting reminded to constantly use this content and thus becoming an active participant in their mental health. Games such as Call of Duty bring a lot of mental health benefits to the table. According to Bavler and Green's 2016 article, this category of games requires critical thinking, attention to detail, and rationalization in just a matter of seconds. Many think that video games contribute to the inability to pay attention. One, in fact, study shows that these games help with this because of all the things that are going on. In conclusion, we can confidently say research suggests that video games must be used for more than entertainment because they are a powerful tool to cultivate education and mental health. The 2 points I've covered in this speech are: the common misconception about video games is that they do not have a value unless it is associated with entertainment, when in fact there's evidence supporting video games in an educational environment. And that medical advances in mental health are coming from an unlikely source: video games. From depression to anger management, video games are helping with these mental health disorders. Video games have the capabilities to transcend traditional views on education with the ability to motivate and help students retain information. Mental health is a serious subject and it can be detrimental to one's health. However, video games are quickly becoming a tool to help treat these health issues.